All right, let's call the Joint Local Development Finance Authority Troy Subcommittee to order at this time. Mr. Lakeman, the roll,
Yes.
please.
And so for the camera person, we're switching the order
Yes.
of the agenda. So we're doing the subcommittee first, and then we'll do the whole committee later. I hear steps coming. Chair Rob Beltramini.
Yes, here.
Paul Huff.
Here, just a point of order. It's Hof, H-O-E.
I'm sorry. John Sharp. Here. Nick Vitale.
Here.
Oakland County Rep Dan Hunter.
Here.
Ellen Hoderick, alternate.
Here.
Dan Slater, alternate. Dave Slater. Nope. We have a quorum for the
Quorum
subcommittee.
present, thank you. In your packet, you received minutes from the April meeting. Were there any corrections, additions, subtractions?
No, and I read them.
Yay, thank you.
I move to accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
Thank you. It has been moved and seconded to approve and accept the minutes from the April 2019 meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Old business? Hearing none. New business. The first item was the 2020 regular meeting schedule. That was also in the packet. The last Monday in April and the last Monday in October next year. Anyone have a known issue with either of those dates at this time? All right, then let's note it and file it and move forward. You need
Yes.
a motion? Okay,
So
second.
moved.
Thanks, Nick. Second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor of the schedule as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have with us today the Executive Director of Automation Alley, Tom Kelly. Would you like to share?
I would. I'm delighted to be here. I always enjoy the invitation to brief everyone on what's happening with Automation Alley. I think a lot has happened since we were together last. So, but a couple highlights. So, Automation Alley has been selected as an advanced manufacturing hub of the World Economic Forum. So, two good things came out of that. One of them is we are the first advanced manufacturing hub in the world for the World Economic Forum. They are standing up hubs in Denmark, Spain, Italy, Australia, China, India, and a second center in the US at MIT. So a couple points on that. One is, I think we're in great company with MIT. I'll take that relationship all day long. I'll be meeting with my counterpart at MIT after we get through our integrate. But I think that brings a lot of honor and distinction to both Southfield and Troy. Second, because of that relationship, I've been appointed to the Future Production Working Group of the World Economic Forum. And I was in Germany last week, and we were setting the agenda for what they'll talk about in Davos in January. So again, that kind of global influence, I think, will pay dividends to us greatly. So, I think anybody that would have me as a member is suspect, the old joke, but I think we're doing well, right? So we're pleased with that. We also have an Integrate conference. That is November 6th at the TCF Center, formerly Cobo. The first year, the reason why we do this conference is we want Michigan to be a place people fly to learn about technology and not fly from. And we didn't have many of these types of conferences related to technology as it relates to manufacturing. So the first year we had 650 people. Last year we had 850. This year we are already over 1,000. It's really taking off. It doesn't hurt to have the World Economic Forum bless and share that what we're doing is valid on the global stage. So we're getting great attention around that. The last one I'd like to point out is we also have a partnership with the American Society of Engineering Educators. And we are heading up what they call the Automation Alley Workforce Summit. And that is in partnership with Boeing, Ford, Amazon, Northrop Grumman, Tenneco, and other industrial partners. And people like, of course, we have Oakland University, OCC, MCC, UD Mercy, but there's others like North Carolina State, Arizona State, Oxford, and other universities. And the idea is to use Automation Alley as the independent mechanism to bring change to engineering education in America. I think because now we're able to leverage the World Economic Forum's voice of the top 1,000 businesses in the world, married to academia and saying we really need to drive change. I think, again, our whole plan is to bring strong distinction to the region. And then lastly, but certainly not least, again, we're very appreciative of the support we get and the fact that we had a decaying parking lot, and the fact that we got help from the LDFA to have it look nice when all those dignitaries drive in. We are very appreciative.
And it does, I used it the other day.
Oh, wonderful, it's great, you can see how nice it looks, yeah.
Tom, are you done or do you need more work?
We have 2 more phases. So the next phase will be in the spring. It coincides with the LDFA tranches, yeah. So we have 1/3 done, there'll be the next third will be done next summer, and the last third will be done the summer
The
after
front
that.
door, the front door's done.
Yeah, the front door is done, the most important one. So I appreciate the time, and I'll yield back.
Tom, you had the World Economic Forum as a part of Integrate last year, as I recall.
Yes, and that is again the case. We have, this year we've gone even further to the point that we have World Economic Forum roundtables. So we have roundtables for OEs and Tier 1s, and then we have roundtables for Tier 2s, 3s, 4s. For the OEs and Tier 1s, we have about 60 people attending. These are all VP levels and above. And that is actually facilitated directly by the World Economic Forum, because it brings that, as we grow into our pajamas, so to speak, the OEs and the Tier 1s want to look to the World Economic Forum. They wouldn't necessarily look to us to drive the change that they need, even though we're actually driving the bus on that, but we're using the World Economic Forum. And then we're running the roundtables for the Tier 2s, 3s, and 4s.
Great.
But the idea is that they're teaching us how to ride the bike, and eventually they'll get off and we'll ride the bike, and do the roundtables for the very largest.
Share that biggest piece of news with Fred and Austin, who just got here, so that they know the platform from which you're speaking.
Okay, sure. So, Fred, Fred and I know each other well, so we are now an advanced manufacturing hub for the World Economic Forum. They are standing up hubs all over the world. We are the first one they've stood up, and we actually created the template for how these AM hubs will be built up all over the world, with the idea that the AM hubs will share use cases, best practices, with both large companies and medium and small companies. The idea is to push it down to the smalls. And there are AM hubs being established in Denmark, and Spain, and Italy, and Australia, and China, and India, and all of these create great opportunities to share best practices. So we're very excited by that news.
Exciting.
Comments or questions for Tom while he's still here? We're excited, and we're glad you're here and working so closely with Troy and Southfield both. Thank you.
Is there a big press release that went out regarding that, or is that going to be announced? Is there something that we could?
We did a press release
Push out a little bit
regarding the
more?
AM hub. But yeah, I'm always frustrated that we should be doing more. But
We can help, and Troy would do that same thing too, so.
And to make a big splash at Integrate, I presume, as well.
Yeah, right.
yes, and we have other things happening at Integrate that I'd love to tell you all, but because we're on camera, I'm not allowed to. But it's big news. It's another global player that's come in to partner.
Terrific.
At least that is the plan, and that'll be announced at Integrate. And I think you should. Hopefully, we'll be very pleased with us that we're doing a good job
We are.
for the region.
With tease.
Gotta come to Integrate.
You'll have to come back.
Please, I would be
We'll have to come
delighted.
back.
So, Tom, I'm just curious, so you're focused on the manufacturing. What about the talent attraction? Is there a piece that Automation Alley's involved with there,
Yes, without getting too far in the weeds for this meeting, Automation Alley, we view ourselves as a catalyst for change, as a convener, if you will, as a knowledge aggregator. And so therefore, where we see where the region needs to be pushed is to move towards a lot of online based training, a lot of micro certifications. These are things that allow lifelong learners to really jump in and get trained very quickly. So we're moving down that path. Nothing to formally announce yet, but we have partnerships with people like Penn Foster, which some of you may know. You'll see work coming out of Penn Foster related to Automation Alley, and other online players. Kenzie Academy and Kelly Services are in partnership with us to do another online push for programming. But yeah, we're very interested in that. Technology and the human component need to be married together tightly.
Any questions, comments? Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
We love to have you. Thank you very much.
Do you want me out of camera shot now? Or?
No, you can stay. You can stay. We'll finish up the subcommittee meeting. Board member comment? Any? We have no public unless staff wants to say something. Therefore, we'll adjourn this meeting, and we will convene the Joint Local Development Finance Authority, Cities of Southfield and Troy together. Mr. Latham,
Chair Beltramini,
here.
Paul Hof,
Here.
John Sharp,
Here.
Nick Talley,
Here.
Dan Hunter,
Here.
alternate Ellen Hoderick,
Here.
Dane Slater, alternate, Fred Zorn,
Here.
Austin Michaels,
Here.
Mike Racolet.
Here, thank you.
Did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
Okay. We have a quorum.
Thank you. The next order of business is election of officers. The chair will entertain motions. We need a chair, a vice chair, and then absent any objection, Mr. Latham will act as secretary treasurer.
I'd be happy to yield that to Shelley.
Such a fine job, it's supposed to be a facility.
I mean, unfortunately, you always have to come here, so.
Right,
So, we need some nominations.
I nominate Rob
Again.
Meany as chair.
Second.
And then, thank you. Or the Southfield can have the chair, or vice chair, however you all want to do it.
All right. Michelle, you want to be vice chair?
No, I can't, I'm not on the board, so it's the three of you, so you get, if you want to support the existing group. Whatever you like.
Who was last? Who was it?
And so Jim Pierce.
Jim Pierce.
Make a nomination
No.
for Fred. Nominate Fred.
Right?
Fred, you want to be chair or vice chair?
Vice?
You guys want to come to Southfield for your next meeting?
Is that
That'd be fun.
happy with you all to just add that to your amendment or to your nomination?
Sure, that's fine.
The election of officers will, the votes will be to retain Robin Beltramini as chair, and Fred Zorn then will become the vice chair, and Mr. Latham is secretary treasurer. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Approval of minutes from 2 years ago?
You know, under members present, I can swear I got here at 3:02.
That's not handy.
You caught me on that one.
My watch might have been a little slow.
Yeah, the clock is a little off that day.
Move approval.
Thank you, Nick. A second for the approval of the minutes from 2017. Any of you can say.
So moved.
Thank you, Mike.
Support.
All those in favor of approving and accepting the minutes as presented from the May 1st, 2017 meeting, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Old business, there's none on the agenda specifically other than what's the updates. So new business, let's go to the Southfield Smart Zone Program overview.
So you wanna talk about our new opening?
Shelley, I'll let you.
Oh, okay. Well, on Manufacturing Day, October 4th, Centropolis Accelerator opened its doors. We were very excited to have the new facility. It's a little over 6,000 square feet. It's on the campus of Lawrence Technological University, and Glenn was present along with
Great
Tom
facility.
and
Beautiful.
Dan. And you know, we consider our accelerator a partnership with the city of Troy and obviously with Automation Alley. The facility is geared to helping people that have ideas, really from any type, from a large company or, you know, single ideas, from entrepreneurs to help them commercialize their ideas and bring resources to them. The facility has a 3D printing lab. It has makers space in there as well as virtual reality and augmented reality services. And so I brought everyone a little phone slide. It sticks on the back of your phone so not to get confused when I hand it to you, and it has our website on it. So you can visit our website, and again, it's really for the region. It's to help with everyone that really doesn't know how to make that next step in taking their product to market. We have a lot of wonderful mentors that come and work with the companies, and over the last year, Dan Rudowski has been our executive director, and he's done a phenomenal job. We have over 30 companies that he's been working with, and he's brought millions of dollars in resources to these people. It runs from, we had a gentleman who was a paraplegic, and him and his partner created this buttons to buttons, and so it's a magnetic system to help people get dressed, to this other guy who created, it's like a 7-pound workout machine with levies, and it's all like weighted controls. It's called MaxFly, and you know, he's gone to market. It's something you could fold up and you could take so you can work out when you're on vacation or, you know, business trips or whatever. From those types of things to somebody else called Intercell that's created a new type of battery. So it kind of really runs the gamut of people that have come through. It's great. One of Automation Alley's clients created a golf club. The Lawrence Tech golf team has been using that golf club to test it out, and so we bring the students in to help on a variety of different things. That's a fun example, but they've been using them, you know, across the in interdisciplinary projects. So it's a great way to bring the students in, get them involved in entrepreneurial activities, and it's been a really great event so far, and we're looking for a lot of success. So we invite all of your businesses to come out and use the space. We don't force them to stay in Southfield or take office space, but we do have some short-term co-working space, and there's various price levels. And again, to use the Proto Lab, there's a special fee for that too. But it's a real nice facility, and I have these cards from when we had the grand opening, so we're gonna get some more material made and everything, so I'll just leave it out.
Terrific, thank you.
And I like, you know, in the last few years, some of the other highlights of the Smart Zone in Southfield and the partnership, getting the expansion with the state have been critical. We've been able to rebuild 11 Mile, which was critical to keeping Federal Mogul, is now Tentacle in this part of the state.
Right.
We were a lot of competition as Tentacle made that acquisition. There's Stefanini, Shelley, help me out on the driverless car company. I'm drawing a blank on the name.
Oh, Veoneer.
What
Yeah.
was the other name though?
Oh, Autoleave.
Autoleave. It used to be Autoleave.
They,
New two-story,
Yeah,
gorgeous.
185,000 square foot new facility. And they consolidated their offices into Southfield, so that was a phenomenal new development. And we're looking forward to the day that when Blue Cross Blue Shield vacated Southfield and moved downtown, this Canadian group purchased the property, and they've just been really horrible landlords. And they've been holding us hostage for several years now. So we believe that the receivership is coming to an end, and they're gonna be a local owner soon. So we're very excited about that, because they have a horrible reputation, and the place has been vacant ever since. So so we're excited about the future, and then we're also in the process of putting some new signage around the area that's designated as our smart zones. We have some new art and different things that are going in and around the area, so it's been really a good fit for us.
Franklin Road was also rebuilt, and
We put a new roundabout.
And we're hoping, the beauty of the Blue Cross Blue Shield that went from being tax exempt, part of it is on the tax rolls. It's actually, the building's in incredible shape. The group that picked it up was the same group who picked up all the Enron buildings down in Texas. Ms. Shelley should be very polite when she says not the best landlord, extensive litigation, consuming legal resources and time in our circuit court system. But that building and then the acreage around it with 696 frontage is a real diamond in the rough. And we've been able to maintain the right-of-way in order to provide future access. So I'm hoping that that's part of our future increment in keeping this going. And the other part, what I'm really proud of with the Smart Zone, the Accelerator is one piece, but also our Career Center. We've got, we've got a governor, Doug Roth. They're coming in, and they're at least meeting there monthly in Oakland County and looking at some of the opportunities here, and that just strengthens where Oakland County is in the region and our value to the state of Michigan. I mean, everyone at this table, we're the engine and the hub, and we've got to stay in front of it. If not, it's easy to fall back. So
We think it's the only Michigan Works office at a university in a smart zone.
In the country.
In the country.
It's the only one that has a workforce division in the country. And I think that one of the other universities is trying to copy us, but it's okay. As long as Oakland County is a trendsetter, that's fine.
And it gets to just what Tom was talking about, because the human needs need to meet the technological needs, and it's just important that those investments keep happening.
And in tandem.
So Fred and Shelley, since, we did the amended, restated,
Yeah.
and whatever plans, has everything worked out and been fixed for you guys?
We haven't had any problems.
Good.
We've had a really good relationship with Fred Molnar, and Nadia is on our Accelerator board, so that's been working out fine. We haven't really heard much from Port Huron, so it's fine with us. So we haven't had any issues. Yeah, we haven't had any problems.
Shelley, I haven't had it, but I was at the International Economic Development Council talking to some consultants who are doing work with other economic development groups in that state. The state still has a gem with I-69, and all that infrastructure has been made at that bridge. And if someone really works that strategy, it could really take off. And we know from the earlier work that we did with LTU, there's a strong aerospace platform, and all of that could just continue to benefit southeastern Michigan.
Yeah.
And obviously, we continue to support Automation LA, so that's very important for us as well.
we've got a great relationship.
Yeah.
Very good.
If anyone would like to come out and visit our facility, there's a woman that manages the space. She's always there, but we would love to host something there if you want to come and visit it or whatever you'd like.
So a good opportunity to host groups. I'll be having in December the city managers there.
I thought you said the Skyline Club.
As for the mirrors, I wish I had been on my toes enough, because I would have rather have had it at the Accelerator. And this is a regional
unique.
asset.
Yeah,
Really
it's
unique.
really, they
We
did a
need
beautiful
everyone,
job.
to plug it, promote it, and, you know, we don't know where our entrepreneurs come from. They come from everywhere. Let's, this is truly a regional facility, so.
How do you get your funding?
Well, again, we receive funding from our capture area.
Okay.
So we have a base there, but also they've applied for funds from the MEDC.
For the Accelerator in particular?
Yes, we get grants from there.
So they have a local development finance authority, TIF, just like we do,
Right.
but they capture substantially more money than us.
And we had a healthy fund balance when we were starting this, so.
I mean, we capture about 200,000
Yeah.
and getting less.
We-
You capture 4
But
million.
you know, like I was trying to say, our past city manager, we generated enough money to fix American Drive, to rebuild American Drive, and then we were kind of on pause for a little while while we were regrouping. And so now that we have a different take on things, so now we did have a substantial reserve in the bank, and now that we have a plan and we're moving forward, but we do partner with the university, and again, you know, we made a pledge to keep this facility going. Without that money, I know that some other communities, I know Farmington Hills, for example, is looking to build some sort of facility. They'll have a very big challenge if they don't have a dedicated funding stream come in. It won't be successful.
Shelley, but it would be fair to say that when we worked together to get Port Huron to be our satellite, it kind of allowed you to reinvigorate yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I mean, this-
reorganize and actually
yeah.
make a lot of improvements in services.
Yeah, absolutely. But
In all candidness, I mean, Southfield was probably at a point, had it not been reestablished,
Yeah.
would have, the position probably should have been dissolved.
Right.
Because we didn't have activities in a plan, and this was the right push to create a new plan document, working with our partners and creating and outlining a vision. And we've been working that plan, and
And you
there's some
brought
renderings.
LTU into it, even though they don't bring capture, they're in the smart zone now.
Yeah.
in
That
order
was
to use
his-
that money, we needed to have them designated as a district as part of the plan, so, yeah.
But they're non-taxable from, they don't capture on it, but it gives them a lot of other advantages.
Gives us a launch pad that's just incredible to the talent pool and the access, and we're very fortunate.
Wasn't the New Economy Initiative also? a
They're
piece?
also.
Ralph Wilson, New Economy
Yeah.
Initiative, and
Yeah.
a lot of national entities are looking at funding.
But really, because there was this big void in the market for advanced manufacturing, that's how we came in and filled that gap. So if somebody comes in and is looking to do something else, like an app development, that's not Dan's niche, so he'll partner them off to a different organization, to a different smart zone or something. So he won't be focusing his energy on that, it's trying to stay, you know, pointed. And then, again, the new,
AI.
new economy initiative, they have a strong focus on like water resources, so that's also a component. Yeah.
Diverse too. Thank you.
Yeah, and Tom provided some of the, kind of the overall update in terms of the parking lot. So phase one's done on that. We're heading into phase two and phase three as we go through. But in terms of development in the area, there continues to be additional development. NBS, which is next door to Automation Alley, just had their grand reopening as they just expanded. So we're seeing investment in that area, which continues to be great. They are they took over their warehouse area and just encompassed it into the rest of their building. They do commercial interiors, and they're becoming like one of the larger ones in the state now. They're huge.
They are the largest steel case distributor in the country.
So that's good for the zone. The other thing that's real good for the zone is Altair. Altair is going through planning right now in terms of expansion. That's the good side of it, which is great because they're a huge company for us, and they continue to grow. They're up to around 1,000 employees approximately right now. Started from nothing, basically.
Well, and they
Is that what
recently
you're
went
saying?
public,
They recently went public.
and they're
so-
buying up companies all over the world.
Right.
That's cool.
So they're going through a multi-phase expansion that'll add another tower, add a winter garden, and a conference center as well. Bad side about this is that not all of it is in the smart zone in terms of the expansion, so only a portion of it is.
Well, yes,
Yeah, correct.
I think the smart zone's bigger, but yeah.
Right.
It's not in the TIF.
It's not gonna be, not the tip, it's not gonna be able to capture all that, but it's gonna be great for that area, and help, you know, the surrounding businesses as well. We continue to look at improvements, on Big Beaver, in terms of the crossings, for pedestrian activity, biking activity, because the one thing we hear from Altair employees and from automation employee, LA employees and others in that area, they can't get across the street. It's like Frogger trying to run across the street.
Do you guys have an ordinance that police officers can write tickets? We don't have, we have the same problem on Evergreen Road, and so our police they don't want us to do an ordinance, so right now you don't have to stop, like.
In order for the cars to stop at a crosswalk, you're saying?
Right.
Yeah, but what we worked on, and we held back because Altair is now redeveloping their site, is we're gonna have a mid-block signal crossing. But we've already installed with the LDFA money from the Smart Zone, the hardware and the lights. But because Altair is now gonna redevelop the site, we stopped because we don't know where the entrance to their site is gonna be, and it's gonna be a PUD, and we'll just have them pay for
Oh,
it.
nice. That's great.
Which is always good. That's pretty much it in terms of the smart zone. and the activities going on.
Thank you. Questions? We've had Mr. Kelly's update. 2020 meeting schedule. Did I miss one for the joint committee?
Oh, it was on
Oh,
there.
yeah, there it's
It's on there
on,
already.
it'll be October like this.
Calendars.
Yep, yep. October 26th, okay. The secretary says we need a motion to accept that. Would someone either veto that or accept it?
So moved.
Thank you.
Support.
Thank you.
That was you.
Yep. All right, all those in favor of the joint committee meeting October 26, 2020, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And we can always call additional meetings.
We can if we need them. If there's so much activity.
That's right.
So what, I'm sorry to interrupt, but so what you're talking about an extra meeting, so what we really haven't seen is the state pushing us to coordinate more with Port
Right.
Huron, which we thought we would actually have to do more, but in effect, we're really just separate.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did see, Dan Casey, yeah, at an event, and he was touting how well their facility was doing and how strong Port Huron is, so that was very nice to hear. And, you know, that they were working on, trying to graduate some of their tenants that they have in their space, so that was very positive for him.
That is possible.
Yeah.
That is possible. So that's good. Well, that's, board member comment? Board member comment?
I have
John.
one comment and question. I'm, unfortunately, on November 1st, I will no longer be a Troy resident, so I have to submit my resignation. Should I direct it to you?
You can, but no, city clerk will actually
City
be the
clerk.
recipient of it.
But if you
yeah,
get it
so-
to us, we'll get it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
so-
Because I'm moving to Sterling Heights, unfortunately. Couldn't find a ranch in Troy that was acceptable.
It's becoming an issue.
Yeah.
So, well, good luck, and thank you for your service here. Thank you.
Thank you.
See, for me, it's a pleasure to join this board. I'm the new Irene Spanos. I missed the last meeting of the Troy LDFA. Something was going on, so it's a pleasure to see many of you that I know and participate as a non-voting member, but a part of your team.
We're glad to have you.
Very important. So, thank you.
Very good. Thank you. No public comment? So this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Dan, how are things?
Being there.
Great to see you. Yeah.